Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this. Before there's a couple more that I want to hit you on. I'm going to start with this. Did UConn do enough to have a shot at a three-peat? TO. I talked to Fanta about this. Did they do enough? Right? Because I think when you look at who they are losing, at least four guys that are all going to get drafted, right? Potentially a fifth, an Alex Karaban that has a chance to also get drafted, right? You lose your entire starting lineup, and you're bringing back. Um, you could lose your entire starting. I don't know. I don't have any information on what Alex Karaban is going to be doing, but you add Aiden Mahaney and Terrace Reed and a freshman, and we're going to sit here and say that's enough. Like, are you buying them as being able to come back and potentially win a third straight championship? To yeah, you.
Okay, look, here's I do I'm never going to doubt the Hurley system, but I think they can make a Final Four. It just kind of depends. Does Karaban come back? Terrace Reed Jr. is a good player. I'm not sure he's going to have a Klingon type impact or anything like that. Samson Johnson, I'm a fan of. There's no Donovan Klingon, and guys, Tristan Newton was great. But Cam Spencer, buddy, like that dude was just good on good all the time, and he was so consistent. I almost hate that he didn't play at UConn longer because like that would have been a match made in heaven. It would have been stories. It'd have been like it would have been everything.
He
But
got injured the wrong year, To. If he got injured any year other than his sophomore year, he would have come back and had another season. But the problem was the year that everybody got back, the COVID year, right? He only played 7 games. So you can't get the same year back twice. So
right,
he got injured the wrong year. If he got injured any other year, he'd be back again.
that's a good point. I do. Aiden Mahaney is a good player as far as an efficiency perspective. Cam Spencer was just so good. Those are you want to talk about monster shoes to fill. That's going to be the tough one. You're going to be able to run some things and manufacture some offense. Obviously, Tristan Newton was awesome though over 2 seasons in the postseason. That Cam Spencer size whatever shoe he's got on, that one's going to be tough to fill. That scares me a little bit. I do think they can make the Final Four again.
For me,
Well,
it's the development. You need Solo Ball, Jalen Stewart, and Jaden Ross to all take significant step forwards,
Yep.
especially steps forward, especially if Karaban doesn't come back. And like
Mhm.
Karaban's another interesting one where he's probably a second round pick. He's probably his floor is always going to be what it is at the NBA level. So like you can come back and try to be the first guy to go 3 in a row since UCLA, or you can go pro
I
and you
would
can
argue his ceiling is what it's always going to be.
well, the only point that I would make is if he comes back and he averages 17 a game and he adds a couple more things and becomes a little bit of a better passer and like the
Oh,
efficiency
you're talking
goes
about in
up.
terms of draft stock. I was talking about
Yeah.
the player. Okay.
Yeah. No, I think that there's a world where he could sneak his way into the back end of the first round next season, which
oh,
means you're looking at like 4 years of guaranteed $12 million or 11 million, whatever it is. So the bet is basically, do I leave now and get like a second round kind of a deal? Or do I come back, hope the NIL package is about equivalent to what I would make playing on a 2-way next year, and try to play my way into getting 8 figures guaranteed? And I don't think that there's a bad choice for him to make. I would prefer, as a guy that grew up in New Haven, Connecticut, to see him try to make it be a three-peat. But he's got very good options in front of him, no matter what he chooses.
They also have a solid backup plan with Liam McNeeley. Go ahead, John.
Paul,
he
break him down real quick to you. I know you love him. Break him down.
Just a big shooter who's smart. Like he fits the Karaban mold. I would argue that he's probably a little more athletic than Karaban. But very good player, can really shoot it. One of the top shooters in a class. That's a really good class. I think he's going to be fun to watch, and he's going to fit that situation perfectly. I hope he stays for 2. Go ahead, John.
I think that he will stay for 2. I think Liam McNeeley is a relentless competitor who can do more than just shoot the basketball as well. Has become better at attacking the rim. Has become better at taking on contact. Embraces that more than anything with Liam McNeeley. He, for a high school kid, he gets it defensively. You know, he's not a great defender, but he understands his assignment. His feel for the game is through the roof. He has Karaban-like maturity, okay, coming out of high school. And his level of competitiveness matches UConn perfectly.
Well, yeah,
Matches exactly what Dan Hurley wants.
to go with your IQ thing, he played with great angles. So you said he's gotten better at attacking the rim and stuff. He's not a guy that's just going to fly in there a la Andre Jackson, but he is going to be smart in the angles that he takes. So he's going to be able to get there, and he can finish once he gets there because he's athletic enough. He's a really nice player.
That being said, I think if Karaban comes back, I don't think he sneaks into the back end of the first round. I will tell you that I think he has Jaime Jaquez, Devin Carter-like syndrome in a good way. That by being a veteran, yeah, you're top 20 pick. I think Karaban will be a top 20 pick next year. I think that he will be the guy that says, well, there'll be one side of it saying, well, has he maxed out, like Terrence said with the ceiling? And Terrence, you didn't mean that in a bad way.
No.
But there is a class then that says, well, he's maxed out, so I don't like that in a draft pick. No, if you're picking after the lottery and you're a team that has won enough games, you should take on someone who's going to help you in the now. Alex Karaban comes back to UConn. This is my prediction. He comes back to UConn. Dan Hurley runs even more stuff for him. He is their leading scorer. He becomes their centerpiece, right? We are leading every conversation with him instead of talking about him second or third or fourth on their list. And if they're a top 5 to 10 team, he's going to enter the draft cycle as a first rounder next year. And a guy that I think will continue to leap forward and be a top 20 pick. To me, it benefits Karaban to come back to Connecticut for all of those reasons.
Yeah, I get it. I also get the idea that, hey, I'm going to go and try to capitalize on it now because I am what I am. Like I said, it's all going to depend on what happens in the combine, what happens with
how he measures
the interviews, like how he measures. Like it's impossible to say what the right decision is right now because this draft is so, let's just say, wide open that there's, who knows? Karaban could end up being the 29th pick this year. Whether you are a world-class athlete or a podcaster like me, we all understand the importance of mental and physical well-being and proper recovery for top-notch performance. After a 6-month season loaded with cross-country travel, I can promise you that proper recovery is a priority for me these days. That's why I'm excited that Unified Healing is sponsoring this episode of the Field of 68. Unified Healing is a new and super innovative global network of wellness centers powered by Energy Enhancement System, or the EE system. If you haven't heard of the EE system yet, you'll want to listen up. This technology promotes wellness, deep relaxation, purification, and rejuvenation. Whether you're here in New Jersey or at one of the hundreds of other locations across the globe, access to a center is easy and affordable. If you're interested in experiencing the EE system technology for yourself, go to unifiedhealing.com/unified68 to learn more and find a center near you. That's UNIFYD healing.com/UNIFYD, the number 6, the number 8. No material or testimonials on the Unified Healing website are intended to be viewed as medical advice or as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition or treatment and before undertaking a new healthcare regimen, including the EE system.